10. Wild turkeys. You might not think of turkeys as bold or aggressive, but out in the wild, they are not the same birds you see on a dinner table. Wild turkeys are opportunistic feeders. They eat seeds, grasses, insects, and even small animals when the chance comes up. Snakes, absolutely on the menu, and turkeys rarely travel alone. They move in flocks, which gives them a huge advantage when dealing with threats. A single turkey might flee, but a group? That's a different story. Snakes pose a real threat to turkeys, especially when it comes to their eggs and chicks. So when a snake slithers too close, turkeys react fast. If the snake is small enough, the flock moves in. They begin pecking hard and repeatedly. The snake can barely react before it's overwhelmed. Once it's dead, the turkeys don't waste it, they eat it. Larger snakes require a different strategy. Turkeys still respond as a group, but instead of attacking directly, they work to intimidate. They spread their wings, make loud alarm calls, and approach the snake without getting too close. The goal is to spook it into leaving, and surprisingly often, it works. Turkeys also have some natural protection. Their legs are covered with thick, scaly skin that helps block bites, and their tightly packed feathers act like armor, making it harder for fangs to reach anything vital. That doesn't make them bite-proof, but it does give them a better shot at escaping unharmed. So turkeys might not look like fierce defenders, but in the wild, they are more than capable of standing their ground. Number 9. Raccoons. Raccoons might look playful, but give them a reason, and they turn into skilled snake killers. What makes raccoons so dangerous to snakes isn't just their claws or teeth, it's how they move, how they think, and how they act when cornered. At night, they search with purpose, sniffing around, flipping over logs, and checking every dark corner for something to eat. Bugs, fruits, frogs, and fish are all on the menu, and every now and then, a snake ends up on that list. Now, they don't go looking for snakes on purpose. Most of the time, it's the snake's bad luck. If a raccoon stumbles on one and it feels threatened, it doesn't run. It fights. And when it fights, it goes all in. A raccoon will slam the snake down with its front paws and go straight for the bite. Usually, it targets the head or neck. That alone is enough to stop the snake cold. If the snake struggles, the raccoon might grip it and shake it violently. This motion weakens the snake fast. But if all that doesn't work, they get creative. Raccoons have been seen picking up heavy objects and smashing the snake's head. It's quick, it's brutal, and it works. To a raccoon, a snake is more than just a threat. It's protein, it's survival. It's one more meal that keeps it alive for a long night. Number 8. Hedgehogs. In the world of predators, size and strength often steal the spotlight, but sometimes it's the quiet, spiky ones you need to watch out for. Snakes learn that the hard way when they pick the wrong target, like a hedgehog. At first glance, a hedgehog looks too soft to be a threat. Small body, twitchy nose, slow steps. But don't let the looks fool you. Hedgehogs have more going for them than meets the eye. For one, they have some resistance to certain kinds of snake venom. It is not complete immunity, but it helps. Their bodies can sometimes handle toxins that would bring down other small animals. Toxins that affect nerves or cause bleeding don't always work the same way on them. Still, a bite in the wrong spot, like the leg or face, could still be deadly. What really helps them survive, though, are the spines. Thick, sharp, and stiff. These work like armor. When a snake strikes, it expects flesh but ends up with a mouthful of spikes. That kind of mistake can tear the inside of its jaws and even hurt its face or neck. While the snake is thrown off, the hedgehog acts fast. It shuffles forward and lands a bite, often going for the snake's head. One solid bite at the right spot can end the fight then and there. It's an unexpected battle. A venomous predator versus a spiny insect eater. But when it's all said and done, the hedgehog often walks away victorious. Number 7. Wolverines. Wolverines might look like a mix between a skunk and a bear cub, but they are nothing to laugh at. What they lack in size, they make up for in pure fight. These animals have been known to challenge creatures far bigger than them, and they don't hesitate when it comes to venomous snakes. A wolverine's nose is one of its best tools. It can sniff out prey buried under snow, dirt, or hidden in thick grass. That kind of tracking skill is a problem for snakes that count on hiding to stay safe. But once the wolverine gets close, the real danger starts. They move fast, really fast. Their claws are long and sharp, giving them an advantage when it's time to grab, dig, or hold down anything trying to escape. They don't chase snakes out in the open. They like to wait in cover, then explode forward with no warning. Even rattlesnakes and cottonmouths struggle to react in time. If the snake strikes, it often fails to land a deep bite. The wolverine's thick fur works like armor, giving it a chance to finish the fight. Wolverines don't run from danger. They go right at it. And when it comes to snakes, that fearless attitude makes all the difference. Number 6. Skunks. Most people know skunks for one thing, and that is their spray. The smell is enough to make any predator think twice before messing with them. But there is more to skunks than just that. Believe it or not, they are actually skilled hunters when it comes to snakes. Skunks usually go for insects, worms, and small rodents like mice. They dig around in the dirt, sniffing out bugs and grubs. But their menu isn't fixed. It changes based on what is around. That is where snakes come in. Rattlesnakes in particular are part of their diet. You see, skunks are one of the few animals that are immune to snake venom. Even large doses, the kind that could kill a dog in minutes, don't seem to harm them. That gives skunks a big advantage. They do not have to worry about getting bit when they attack. They use their claws to dig out snakes that hide in burrows. Once they find them, they move in fast. Their sharp teeth go straight for the snake's head or neck. The bite is quick, and once the snake is dead, the skunk eats it. In warmer months, if you see a skunk near your yard or around your property, it might actually be doing you a favor. Rattlesnakes tend to stay away from areas where skunks are active. They know the risk. Skunks are not afraid of them, and if given the chance, they will kill and eat them. So while most people try to avoid skunks, snakes have an even better reason to steer clear. Number 5. Civets. The civet doesn't look dangerous, but to a snake, it might be one of the worst things to run into. Civets resemble cats in many ways. These creatures possess sharp reflexes and clever instincts. In addition to this, they have stomach tough enough to handle meals that most animals avoid. Toxic millipedes, aggressive termites, things that would make others sick, barely faze the civet. This alone reveals just how resilient their bodies are. Although snakes aren't their main food source, civets don't back down from them. If one crosses their path, the civet reacts without hesitation. Their quick movements help them dodge deadly strikes. More importantly, they know when to attack and exactly where to land the bite. What truly makes civets a threat to snakes is their biological resistance to venom. Where other animals would collapse from a single bite, civets hold their ground. The venom doesn't overwhelm their system. In many cases, it affects them about as much as a mild illness. That kind of resistance is rare, even among tough predators. Experts think this toughness developed over time, shaped by their unusual diet and the way their bodies evolve. By consuming poisonous creatures regularly, civets may have built a strong natural defense against toxins, including those in snake venom. So while the civet may not look dangerous at first, it has earned its place among the animals snakes instinctively avoid. So would you consider the civet more impressive than the honey badger or skunk when it comes to fighting snakes? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section. Number 4. Meerkats. There is something bold about the way meerkats stand tall, scanning the land with those sharp eyes. You wouldn't expect such small creatures to go head-to-head with a snake, but they do. And it's not just once in a while either. Meerkats are tiny mammals, but what they lack in size, they make up for in teamwork. They live in tight groups and are always watching out for danger. One meerkat is usually on lookout while the others forage or rest. The second a threat is spotted, everything stops. All eyes turn to that one danger. If it happens to be a snake, things get serious fast. Snakes sometimes slip into meerkat tunnels, trying to catch one off guard. But the moment one gets too close, the whole group reacts together. When it comes to dealing with snakes, meerkats have a system. They surround the snake and attack from different angles. Their goal is to confuse it. While one distracts, another bites. That teamwork throws the snake off and gives the meerkats a chance to strike again and again until the snake is no longer a threat. They usually go after smaller, non-venomous snakes, but when needed, they will fight venomous ones too. One major advantage they have is their immunity. Meerkats are naturally resistant to the venom of many snakes, as well as scorpions and even centipedes. This resistance, combined with their speed and group strategy, makes meerkats serious trouble for any snake. Not many animals will face off with a venomous predator and come out fine, but meerkats do, and they do it together. Number 3. Secretary bird. Some predators glide from above. Others move with careful purpose through the grass, relying not on size or flight, but on power and precision. The secretary bird fits that second kind, and it does not hesitate when a snake crosses its path. This bird is nothing like the ones you see perched in trees or soaring through open skies. It spends more time striding across the land than in the air. With long, upright legs and a sharp gaze fixed on the ground, it patrols open spaces looking for movement. Its hunting style is focused and deliberate. And when snakes are involved, it becomes even more impressive. Venomous snakes, including cobras and vipers, are part of its regular diet. The secretary bird doesn't shy away from danger. It faces it directly. Its Latin name, Sagittarius serpentarius, means archer of snakes. The name fits, but not for the reasons you might expect. Instead of arrows, it relies on deadly force from its legs. Each strike lands with remarkable strength. In fact, it can kick with a force 5 times heavier than its own body weight. That is enough to crush a snake's skull in an instant. What truly sets it apart is the speed. It can step in, strike, and withdraw before the snake can respond. With sharp claws, fast reflexes, and a calm approach, the secretary bird is one of the only birds capable of hunting venomous snakes with little risk to itself. Number 2. Opossums. You probably wouldn't expect a creature that waddles around like it just rolled out of bed to scare a snake. But there is more to opossums than meets the eye. Opossums usually keep to themselves and sniff around for things like fruit, insects, or leftovers. But when times get tough or food gets scarce, they might go after something you wouldn't expect, like a snake. Now, opossums don't wake up planning to chase down snakes. That's not really their style. But if a small or injured snake crosses paths with a hungry opossum, the snake could end up as dinner. What makes opossums really interesting, though, is how they handle danger. If a snake or anything else threatens them, they have a few tricks. One of their most famous moves is pretending to be dead. But it's not just dropping down and playing still. They go all in. Their bodies go loose, eyes stare blankly, and breathing slows to the point it is hard to tell they are alive at all. Some even let their tongue hang out. The act can last for several minutes, and it fools a lot of would-be attackers. They have also got a louder way of defending themselves. If they think the dead act won't work, they might hiss, drool, and show their sharp little teeth. It is all meant to scare off whatever is trying to mess with them. Opossums are also naturally resistant to the venom of snakes like rattlesnakes, copperheads, and cottonmouths. That means they can get bitten and still survive. There is a protein in their blood that stops the venom from doing serious damage. Scientists have actually studied these proteins to help create treatments for snake bites in humans. So yeah, snakes might want to think twice before messing with one. Number 1. Komodo dragon. In the rugged landscapes of Indonesia, one lizard rises above the rest, and not even venomous snakes can take it down. The Komodo dragon belongs to the monitor lizard family, which is a group of reptiles known for their strength, speed, and adaptability. But the Komodo dragon stands apart. It isn't just large, it's a dominant predator, fully capable of holding its own against nearly anything in its habitat. Thanks to their size and sheer physical power, Komodo dragons typically rule the ecosystems they live in. They sit firmly at the top of the food chain, facing few natural threats. Their hunting style is direct and aggressive. Whether they are targeting insects, birds, or even large mammals, they rely on sudden bursts of speed and brute strength to take down prey. And occasionally that prey includes snakes. Most snakes, even the dangerous ones, are no match for a Komodo dragon. Adults can grow beyond 8 feet in length and weigh over 150 pounds. Their heavily muscled bodies, thick limbs, and powerful tails make them difficult to harm, and their skin, made up of tough, reinforced scales, serves almost like armor. It is the kind of protection most snakes simply can't get past. Even the king cobra, one of the most venomous snakes on Earth, faces a serious disadvantage. Its venom might be deadly, but the Komodo dragon's thick hide makes it hard for fangs to sink deep. And even if the bite manages to land, the dragon rarely backs down. Its body is remarkably resilient, allowing it to keep fighting long after most animals would retreat. Komodo dragons don't avoid conflict, they embrace it. They have been seen charging at pigs, deer, and even water buffalo. They rely on strength, not stealth, to win. So when a snake finds itself facing a Komodo dragon, the odds are heavily stacked and not in the snake's favor. Well, fearless animals are just one part of the bigger picture. We explore anything that makes you stop and think. Nature, science, the unknown, and everything in between. Subscribe now so you are ready for whatever comes next. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.